In this video, we are going to discuss the remainder of the infill on the first floor of your plan. Once you have this completed, then we will have a very good basis for moving on to our basement and second floor. In this part of the assignment, you need to read the kitchen layout exercise 12-2 on pages 12-7 to 12-19. Kitchen layout. The kitchen is to be fully laid out with the appropriate fixtures, including but not limited to. You need a double kitchen sink. Make sure that whatever cabinet you put under it will fit that double sink. The dishwasher. The dishwasher typically is adjacent, meaning on the left or the right side of the sink. So you want to make sure that that is close by that. The refrigerator, we typically need to leave at least 3 feet. I typically leave more than that. Refrigerators today are typically a little bit bigger, and you don't want it to have a tight fit in there. The range. You can do a range with an oven, you can do a cooktop with an oven, you can do whatever type of range or stove that you want. Typically these have a hood over them. A lot of the hoods that come with Revit and in other locations have to be tied to the ceiling, so it may not let you put that in, but there are ones out there that will allow you to put a hood in. So go ahead and make sure you get a hood over the top of this stove. Microwave, you need to place a microwave on the counter somewhere, not in the upper part of the cabinet, but only on the countertop. And then again, you need to place cabinets, counters, and upper cabinets. Try to keep in mind the work triangle. I'm not concerned about distances. I'm concerned about the layout. This layout makes sense. You go from the refrigerator to the sink to wash whatever you take out of the refrigerator, and then you can take it to the stove to cook. So again, thinking about that triangle and the relationship of those 3 appliances. Once you have completed that, you are going to place the rest of the furniture in your first floor plan. Even in your garage, you need to place a vehicle. This will help you be able to visualize the size of that garage and make sure it's the size that you want it to be. Every space should have the appropriate furniture for it. Again, you can read in your book on 12-3, 12-20, 12-24, and again, provide the right furniture for each space. The excuse of I'm a bachelor, I don't need any furniture is not going to work. In a bedroom, you need to have a minimum of a bed and a dresser. In a living room, you need to have some appropriate furniture. In your dining room, you need to have appropriate furniture. Again, I will look at all of that. And then you also need to make sure you add closet shelving and hanging areas in your closets. There is a rod and shelf in Revit. It is a little weird. It comes in with it wanting to be placed on a face. Up in the options bar, you need to make sure that place on work plane is depressed, and then it will place along a wall the way that you want it to. One thing I don't want you to get really caught up in at this point is placing a lot of what I call foo-foo items. When we get ready to do our renderings, once we know the areas we are going to be doing our renderings, we will focus on adding items into our plans, such as picture frames, books on shelves, dishes on tables, etc. So right now, don't get caught up in that. Just focus on getting the basic furniture in place. One other thing I want to remind you as you are downloading items from Revit City or wherever you may be downloading them from, make sure you put them into the same file location on your OneDrive as your Revit file is. Typically, when you just tell it to download, it's going to download it into your downloads or My Documents, which are local to that computer. So again, especially if you're using the virtual workstations or the remote login, you want to make sure that you have those all stored on your OneDrive. If you have any questions about this and need help, let me know. Once you have completed everything, you are to submit your Revit file and a PDF of the first floor plan with the infill. Make sure your drawing and file and PDF are in the proper folder in your OneDrive in case I have an issue. This concludes the video lectures on the first floor infill. Next, we will be moving on to the second floor layout and infill. If you have any questions, let me know.